Hello again. Today's topic on money is how much is enough? So, I mentioned this yesterday. I work with clients who are resistant to career change for fear of not making the same amount of money that they're currently making. I also work with clients who work for themselves and they work around the clock. They're fearful of ever turning down a job. And the irony is they went into work for themselves for the freedom, and yet they are working all the time. When I ask, how much money do you want to be making? Oftentimes people actually don't know. And so an alarm kind of should go off there. If you don't know what you want, then what are you working toward? So it's important to understand, how much money would satisfy you and what would it mean for your life. Now, I know we've all heard money doesn't buy happiness, and that's totally true. However, I do like to say it doesn't hurt, right? I mean, there are certain niceties and things that we want in life. I love traveling and eating good food, and that brings me joy. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's really understanding what does that look like for you. So I recommend making an assessment, okay? Now, I'm guessing that some people are already feeling really resistant to this, so I will ask that you bear with me until the end. For everyone else, find a spreadsheet and create a column that has all of your expenses on it currently and get really granular. So for travel, it's not just travel, it's gas, commute, taxis, airfare or any vacation travel expenses. If it's food, think about groceries, takeout, dining out. And write out everything that you currently spend. Include your savings, personal care, pet care, home, etc. Okay? And all we're doing right now is creating awareness around what you're spending. It's not to judge, it's not to say that it's right or wrong, it's just to understand where your money is going. Okay? Now for the next column, this is for those who are thinking about, maybe I do want to quit for a while. Maybe I do want to pare back or take a job that pays me less, or maybe I want to go to school. How much would you really need in order to get by? So take that column and really, cut it down. Say if I really had to scrimp and say, what's my bare bones minimum? And then think about, how long would this actually be acceptable for me? 6 months I could take it. Maybe I could take it for a couple years and that would be fine. Now your third column is what do you want? What do you want to be making that would be fulfilling, that would give you the things that you want in life and be really satisfying? And if you're feeling really ambitious, I don't want to turn anyone off here, but go ahead and make a fourth column, and that's your aspirational. That's your big dream vision. What would be amazing? What's maybe the longer term that you really want to work for? That maybe you thought some of those things even you couldn't have, but what would it look like? So the reason we're doing this, again, is creating awareness around what you really want and what you need to get by. And the reason is often, honestly, you might realize there's a difference between what you thought you needed and what you really do. And that gives you a lot more options, and it also helps you make more informed decisions about how much time you want to be putting towards your freelance job, when you could be taking maybe some time off. Maybe you don't need all that money. Or maybe you do want to be working a little bit harder or raising your rates or charging a little bit more in order to get the lifestyle that you want. Okay. And for those who are thinking about career transition, what does it really look like? So I know, again, as I said, a lot of people might be really resistant to this one. Some people love it. Some people love a spreadsheet and they love digging in and they're ready to go. Other people are feeling really resistant to it and maybe saying, there's no way, I don't even want to deal with this. So tomorrow, I'm going to talk a little bit about money mindset and really starting to understand your relationship with money and how it's impacting you in ways that you probably don't even realize. See you then.